Okay, Courtney, so you did the foundation tier in the summer and you got a grade C, so that was good. You reckon you done 56 in this paper, which is not as good as you've done in the summer test and would just be below a grade C. So let's see whether you're being a little bit pessimistic on yourself or not. 102. Better, bit of light. 44 and 23, 41 and 12, 36. 6, 6, 3, 1, 4. Good. So you got full marks there. 34 is right. That one's wrong. It's going down in sixes. 17 take away 6 is 11. Here, in order to get the full marks, you need to tell me that the value is 8,000, not 1,000. It would only be 1,000 if there was a 1 in there. 0.75, 0.77. It's in ascending order. Well done. And that is fine. So that's good. So 11, 16, 17 on that first page. That's an encouraging start. 67 and 12. Well done. 16, 12, 14, 8. That is correct. And you showed me a method there. It's quite a complicated method. What they're really looking for you to do there is to lay it out in a table. So they're looking for you to say, not score, sport, tally, frequency. So you'd have your rugby, your soccer, your hockey, your tennis, and then you would tally it up, and so on, like that. So that's where they're looking for you to lay that out. I'll give you the 2 marks, but perhaps next time that's what you should be thinking about doing. And then on this, you're going to lose some marks here. First of all, your choice of axis is a bit wonky, because what you need to be trying to do is to fill the graph that they're giving you. So you don't need it to go up in 5s. You could take it up in 1s and it would fit the graph better. So you're going to lose a mark for that. You'll also lose marks because you haven't labelled what your axes actually are. So this axis here gives you the context. I know that you're telling me it's rugby, soccer, hockey, tennis, but you want that graph to be telling me that that's in fact the choice of sport. Then this graph is the frequency column. Okay, it's the size or how often those choices come up. So of the 4 marks there, you are only going to get 1 mark. You're going to lose marks because you haven't labelled your axis, and you're going to lose marks because you haven't chosen a sensible scale. The mode is not what you were trying to do there, which was divide. The mode is the most popular, the most frequent. So the mode in this case is rugby because more people chose that than anything else. So that's what they're looking for there. 42 is correct. They're not asking you for the units, so you're not going to get penalised for that. But centimetres squared is area, perimeter is length. But you get those marks. Now this was the work that we were doing last week, so I'm a little bit disappointed that you haven't been able to work out the area. Alright, what you need to do here is actually divide that into 3 different rectangles, work out the area of each and add them together. And even if you'd have just written down centimetres squared there with no other answer, you'd have got 1 mark. So take a look how I've done that on the video clip. So only 4 marks for that page. That's you should be getting more than that. 6x is correct, 66 is correct, and those are correct and well labelled. So 3, 3. This one, something you should be able to do. You could borrow an angle measurer. Take a look how I do that in the video clip and then go back and try it yourself. Acute is wrong. Acute is a small angle, it's less than 90. One that's bigger than 180 is called a reflex angle. So 6 marks on that page. You're going to be doing the right thing there, but there is a lot more work that needs to be done. So what you need to do is to take a look at the video clip. We will be doing some work on volume, but to give yourself a head start, take a look. That is right and that is right. Now what you're trying to do here is reflect, and it's not a reflection question, it's to do with rotation. In the exam you'll be able to use tracing paper to do that, and if you watch the video clip you'll see how to do it. I just forgot to bring tracing paper to the test last week. So only 2 marks for that page. Right, this is a conversion graph, which means it will go through 0, 0. Just trying to find my tracing paper. There we go. So let's have a look how you've plotted your points. So your points are in the wrong places. It's too low there and it's too low there. The first thing you need to do with a question like this is make sure you know what each little square is worth on the scale. So start with this one. You know there are 10 little squares and it's taking you from 0 to 10 in 10 jumps, so each little square is 1 unit. When you go in this direction, 10 squares has to take you to 20, so each little square has to be worth 2. And then use those to work out these correct values. So the first one is 114, so there's 100, that'll be 110, 12, 14, so that's not bad. But then 43 will be 1, 2, 3. It will be there. This one, 85, is in the wrong place, and 32 is also 85, 80, 82, 84, halfway, and then up to there. This one's not too bad. 24, 9, so it'll be 22, 24, and 9, but again, that's slightly out. So all your points are slightly out because you haven't worked out the scale correctly. So you won't get any marks for plotting the points. Once you've plotted the points, you then need to draw the line in order to make it a conversion graph. So the line will look like that. And then in order to use it, you can use it to work out, well, if it's a weight of 60 on Earth, it will be 22 or whatever on Mars. So going the other way, 370, oh, it doesn't go up that far, so you need to scale it down, and the easiest way would be to divide by 10. If you divide it by 10, you're looking to read 37 off, and then when you get your answer, you multiply it by 10 to get back to the 370. Your probability 10232356. Good. So 2 marks for that page. 10 out of 16 is correct. So what you then have to do here is, you know that the chances of winning the game is 10 out of 16, which you could write as 5 out of 8. So every time 8 people play the game, 5 of them are likely to win. So if 80 people play the game, what you have to do is that. So you can divide 80 into 8 lots of 10. So you'd be doing 10 lots of 8. So that would be 5 lots of 10, which is 50. So it's some way you need to know how to do that without the calculator. So you would expect 50 people to win. From there then, you can work out how much money is earned by the game and how much is likely to be paid out to those 50 people. Take a look at the video clip. It's important that you can get your head around that question, because that type of question comes up very frequently. Okay, with this one, you have halved the total weight, but the full weight of the bucket is still there, so you can't do what you've done there. So first of all, you've got to take the 11 away from 18, and that will tell you how much water has been lost, and then from that you can work out what the total is. So again, take a look at my video solution for that one. I just missed a page then. No. 54 is correct, so that's worth 2. 360 take away 220 is right, which is 140, but the 140 is not what y is. The 140 is that there. So you've then got to take that away from 180 to work out what y is. So you were going to get 2 out of the 3 marks for that. You just didn't do the last bit. Scatter graph. Points are good. Line of best fit is good, and it's positive, and that's a good estimate. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 for the page. So that was a good page. Approximately how much does a customer spend on average in the sandwich shop on a Friday? So what you're looking to do is to get some easy numbers to work with here, because all of those were on a Friday. But use the graph. I can divide by 100. It's a nice easy number to divide by. So if there were 100 customers paying, they spend a total of 500. So you would do 500 divided by 100 to get £5 as your estimate. 42 is correct. 44 is correct. So you're going to have 1 mark for that. Sorry, 2 marks for that and 2 marks for that. Then 10% isn't 4, it's £4.40, but you're estimating there, and they don't want you to estimate, they actually want you to calculate. So I can see what you're doing, but it needs to be more accurate than that. 10% is 440, 20% is 880. Then you need to take it off, which is what you've done there. Pedro should buy his water from Channel Water, because although there is a £30 selling charge every 3 months, so you haven't finished explaining why that is what you believe. So your communication isn't great, because you're not explaining to me what each of those things are doing, and then you run out of steam there. So for that question, you're only going to get 5 out of the 9. Here, these should be multiplies, not adds. So it should be 2 cubed times 3 squared times 13. And you put a little power of 1 above the 13. So for that, your method is right. And your reading of it is right, but your actual way that you've written it is wrong. And that we will look at on Monday. They want you to explain that in that sort of way. Angle properties question. What you need to know here is that angles on a straight line add up to 180, and what those little tick marks mean to say that that is an isosceles triangle, and what the properties of that are. That's something that we'll definitely be looking at in the next couple of weeks. Right, so you reckon 56, Courtney. Let's see how close you are. 17, 23, 27, 33, 35, 37, 39, 48, 53, 55. Well, that's a pretty accurate estimate of what you thought you got, so I'm quite impressed with that. Unfortunately, it's a grade D, and it's about 5 marks off a grade C. Now if you go in there, certainly you've made some mistakes which will take you closer to that, and also there'll be some things in there that once you watch the video clips you'll be able to get your head around. So for the first past paper that you've done in a few months, that's pretty good. Well done.